From Nasdaq's market site, I'm Joe Brantuk, Nasdaq's Chief Client Officer, and joining me today is Sanjeev Gandhi, CEO and Managing Director of Orica. Sanjeev, great to have you here.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me.
So Orica is proudly celebrating 150 years of operations this year. That is certainly no small feat. Can you tell us a little bit about Orica and what you do and some of your history?
Yeah, it's an amazing story. The company was established in the goldfields of Victoria in Australia, close to Melbourne, helping with the extraction of gold 150 years back. And we've come a long way. We're one of the few industrial companies in the world who have survived this long. And I think we're the only Australian company born and brought up in Australia. And today we are a global player. So we are active in more than 100 countries all over the world. We are the largest in our space. And what we do is we offer services to the resource industry. So mining and civil resource industries. Everything from blasting for mining to extraction of minerals for mining. Everything that we do helps the energy transition of the world. So we are bang in the middle of the value chain for ESG and energy. So it's a pretty cool business to be in.
That's fantastic. And 150 years, that certainly, again, is no small feat. So the company has seen good growth over the past few years. How has Orica financial performance been? What is driving some of that success?
So when I came into Orica in 2021, we came in with my management team, set up a new refresh strategy. And the strategy in a few words is to say to grow the business. So keep the core blasting mining business and grow beyond blasting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we've, over the last couple of years, built up 3 world-scale franchises, world-leading franchises. So mining services, where we are number 1 in the world. Digital technologies, because the mining industry has been on a very, very aggressive growth path for leveraging AI and leveraging IoT and technology. And we've been a major enabler, helping the mining industry, with sensors, software, services, cloud computing, and now AI. And we are one of the leading players in the world. And then the last globally leading franchise is mining chemicals. Because as you go into future-facing commodities like gold and copper, which are essential for the copper, for example, for the energy transition, you need a lot more chemistry. So we built a franchise where we are today the number 1 mining chemical company in the world. So we've got these 3 globally leading franchises. And we are operating, as I said, globally, and we've been very successful over the last couple of years with our strategy.
That's fantastic. So it sounds like, and it always has been, innovation has been the core to your DNA. Are there any new innovations or technologies that Orica is particularly excited about that's going to, drive this growth and prosperity?
Quite a few. I mean, there's technology that we have been, Orica has always been a disruptor in the mining industry. The mining industry is a very conservative industry, because of safety concerns, ESG issues and all of that. So it's been a bit of a challenge getting new technology into the hands of our customers. But, the appetite is there because the mining industry also has pressure from their own stakeholders, shareholders, boards on, sustainable mining and end-of-life planning. We've got all the technologies today that can make our customers successful and can help them to mine more sustainably. And we've got a lot of examples, wireless technologies, for example. So the mining industry was always using, and if you watch old movies, Hollywood movies, for example, you have these people with the cables. Today, you could drop a detonator, walk away, and then you could basically detonate from far off. So no wires anymore.
Love it.
And that's disruptive. So, there's many examples of what Orica has been doing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you mentioned sustainability. So certainly increasingly important in today's business environment. And Orica operates in a hard to abate environment. So how is Orica addressing, this issue, and what are your long-term sustainability targets?
As you said, we are in a hard to abate industry. We consume carbon to make products that go into the mining industry, into the food industry, into the beverage industry. But in that process, we are obviously emitting a lot of carbon dioxide equivalents. So over the last 5 years, we've had very, very aggressive, I think we're industry leading in that standard, in that respect, in terms of industrials. We have a target by 2026 to reduce our baseline Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions by 45% from 2019. So that's nearly halving our emissions. Yep. And by 2030, we want to go further, and then we want to be totally decarbonized in all our operations in Scope 1 and Scope 2 by 2050. So we've got a clear pathway, we've got a lot of success. We obviously also have a bit of support from the governments in the jurisdictions in which we operate globally. The bigger challenge is Scope 3, which means the emissions that our suppliers are basically generate and the emissions that our customers generate. That's a bit of a longer haul, so that's going to take more time.
Yeah, that's great. So what is your vision for the next 5 years? 5 years out, what's getting you excited?
I mean, look, the mining industry is on the cusp of massive changes. If you look at commodity prices, whether it's gold or copper or iron ore, all of these products and minerals are essential for the energy transition of the world. Battery vehicles, for example. So all the material that goes into a battery comes out of the mining industry.
Right.
Right. All the products that go into the food industry, nitrogen, that's what we produce. So we are a critical element of the value chain that enables the global transition of the world into a carbon neutral business, a carbon neutral environment, and that's why we say that we assist and support to sustainably mobilize the Earth's resources. And that's what we do with 400 mine sites for our customers all over the world. And that's exciting, absolutely.
It certainly is. It certainly is. So one final question, Sanjeev. What would you say to anyone considering investing in Orica? Do you think that's a good idea?
Look, we are a global proxy for the resource industry. We are a global proxy for the resource industry in Australia, which is one of the largest mining economies in the world. We have our biggest portfolio exposure is to copper and gold, and we are a global player. And we are number one, as I said, in the 3 franchises we built of core mining services, digital technologies, and chemicals. And we are integrating all 3, right, to try to make the entire value chain more efficient. So people looking for exposure, we are the best proxy for this industry. And that's what I would say.
Awesome.
And we've been successful.
100%. So Sanjeev, certainly appreciate your time. Congratulations on all your success, your 150 years in operations, and certainly we will be following the story closely with great excitement. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Joe.